So far in this section, we have learned about some useful stages and also some operators which allows us to transform data into the form in which we need them. We have seen when these stages and operators can be useful and how to utilize them according to our needs. Now in this lecture, we are going to learn about another two important stages called limit and skip. So let's understand limit and skip with an example. So what we want is we want to go through the employees collection, and for each employee we want to get the first name and birth date. Once we have the first name and birth date, we want to sort those employees based on the birth date. Okay, and then after sorting the employees based on their birth date, so we want to sort them in ascending order. So the oldest employee should come first and the newest employee should come last. Once we have sorted them in descending order, we want to fetch only the 10 employees from that result. Let's see how we can do that. So what I'm going to do is, again on the employees collection, I'm going to use this aggregate function. There, let's pass an array because here we are going to use multiple stages. So the first stage is going to be project stage. And what do we want to project? First of all, I want to exclude the ID. So I'll set ID to 0. I want to get the first name of the employee. So I'll set it to 1. And then I want to get the birth date. So let me specify the field name as birth date. And here we are storing the birth date of the employee in the DOB field. And there the birth date is stored as a string value. So first I want to convert it to date type. So for that I can use $toDate operator. And to this we will assign the date of birth field. So the field name is DOB. Okay, so this DOB field is storing a string value. It will be converted to date type. And once it is converted to date type, we are assigning that date value to this birth date field. So if I go ahead and if I run this command, this is how the result will look like. We have the first name of the employee and birth date of the employee. Now we want to sort each of these employees based on their birth year. So the oldest employee should come first and the newest employee should come last. So we are going to sort based on this birth date field. So let's use another stage called $sort. And here we want to sort the employee based on birth date field and we want to sort it in descending order. So I'm going to assign -1. Let's copy this. Let's clear the shell and let me paste the command. So now the employees who are the oldest, okay, I should be sorting it in ascending order and not in descending order because I want the oldest employees to come first. So let me clear the shell again. Let's paste the command. And now the employees should be sorted in ascending order. So the oldest employee will come first. So oldest employee in our employees collection was born in 1985. So here you can see we have 1985, we have 1987, 1988. So as you can see, the employees are sorted based on their birth date. So these two employees are sorted. If you see, this employee was born in April in year 1992 and this employee was born in November in year 1992. So that's why this employee is coming after this employee. So here we have sorted the employees based on their birth year in ascending order. And now here you will see we have 20 results and you also see this command IT. So if I type IT here, it is going to give us the next cursor where we will have next set of 20 employees. But in the result, I only want the 10 employees. I want the 10 oldest employees. So for that, we have another stage called $limit. And here I can limit it to 10 documents. And it will make sure that from the previous stage, we only fetch the 10 employees, the 10 documents. If I go ahead and if I run this command, let me clear the shell and let's paste the command. If I press enter, you will see now it has returned us only 10 employees. Okay, and we also don't see any IT command to fetch next set of employees because here we are telling that we only want 10 employees from the previous result. So this is limit stage. The limit stage limits the number of documents passed to the next stage. It takes a positive integer. As you saw, I passed 10, which is a positive integer, and it represents the maximum number of documents which MongoDB should return. Then we also have another stage called skip. The skip stage skips a specified number of documents from the input set and passes the remaining document to the next stage. And it again takes a positive integer as an argument, which represents the number of documents to skip. Let's see this with an example. So what I'm going to do is, before limit, I am going to use $skip. And to this also, we need to specify a positive number. So again, I'm going to specify 10. So what I'm saying here is, from the previous result, in the previous result, we are going to receive a document for all employees, where we will have the first name and birth date of the employee. And it will be sorted in ascending order. So from those employees, we want to skip the first 10 employees and we want to get the next 10 employees. So first 10 employees will be skipped and the next 10 employees will be returned. If I copy this command and let's paste it here, and if I press enter, you will see it is still returning us 10 documents, but these 10 documents are different from the previous 10 documents. In the previous result, the first document was Ben, but in here, the first document is Alice. So here what it has done is it has skipped the first 10 employees, these first 10 documents, and it has returned us a next set of 10 documents. Now here, one very important point which you need to remember is the order here is very important. So in this case, this skip will be applied on the result of sort. And from there, it will skip 10 documents. And then this limit will take next 10 documents. Now, if I reverse the order here, so instead of skip, if I use limit first, and then if I skip, in that case, what will happen is this limit will take the first 10 documents from the previous result. So after this stage, we will have only 10 documents in the result. And on that, when we are saying skip 10, it is going to skip those 10 documents. Let me actually show you that. So in this case, we should not receive any document in the result. If I clear the shell and if I paste that, you see it is not returning us any documents, because when we have limited the result, we have only 10 results. And after that, we are also saying skip the first 10 documents and return the rest documents. But in the previous result, we only had 10 documents and those 10 documents are skipped here. So in the next set, we don't have any documents and that's why it is returning empty. So here, the order is very important. Okay, you should put skip first and then limit. But if you remember, when we used skip and limit with find method, there the order did not matter. But here, order does matter. And same is true if we change the order of sort. So if I sort the document after skipping and limiting, what will be the result? In the result, so first we are projecting some data. So whatever document we have in the employees collection, from there we are getting the first name and the birth date. Then we are skipping the 10 documents. So first 10 documents will be skipped. So documents from 11 to 20 will be taken and then we are sorting them. So in this case, we will not have employees who are oldest. Instead, we are sorting the documents from the previous stage where we have 10 documents. So documents from 11 to 20 will be taken and then they will be sorted based on the birth year. So if I paste this command and if I run it, you will see we do have documents from 1985 to 1998. So they are sorted. But this does not mean that these are the oldest employees. Here, the sorting has happened on the documents which is present in the employees collection from 11 to 20. So the employees from 11 to 20 has been taken and they are sorted using this sort stage. I hope you got the point. So Always remember that in aggregation pipeline, the order in which you are specifying the stages, that is very important, because the first stage will always be applied on the collection, but the other stages will be applied on the result of their previous stage. And that's why if you want to do sorting before using any other stage, in this case, if you want to first sort the documents and then you want to perform the skip and limit, in that case, sort should come before skip and limit, because the stages will be executed in the order in which you have defined them. All right, so I hope from this lecture now you understand the use of skip and limit stage, and you also understand why order of stages is important. This is all from this lecture. If you have any questions, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.